Welcome to the Bright Room podcast. We interview founders, thought leaders, and everyday pirates to discover new approaches to old problems for a brighter tomorrow.
The major challenge every company will face ever is the change resistance. So the way to, and there is a lot of theories of how to reduce the change resistance, but you don't want to reduce the change resistance. You don't want to be fighting with that thing as thinking on new strategies. So the ultimate way to eliminate change resistance is work in small batches. So my challenge was understand how the change resistance work and why it exists. And there's a lot of theories, but at the end it's fear. Um, and the fear and the kids lose fear to things by trying small jumps every time. They approach things carefully, slowly, first moment, first time, and then start getting more confident. So it's the same. But you can't um, the mistake in the books that I read, not I guess not every book, but um, the mistake is they are thinking on approach the change like a steps, like if they were up. But to be honest, we don't know what is progress. We can't define that. We can say that progress is not linear. It's not a line. Progress is ups and down, and even when you're down, it's progress. So start with something super small, that and don't expect that that thing will take you to another place or not to another expected place. Then you need to discover where you are after that thing and do something from that new place where you are. So that's the approach. Okay, I describe my company as forever beta or forever transitioning organization. We have been changing. Well, originally I started super rigid with the, clearing a company by the book, and then I start learning different point of views and different. Um, Even I started studying philosophy, so I started mm, evolving this company. Right now, I can tell that we are almost a flat organization um, in the decision making, in the people participation. We are not that flat in the administration yet. We still have some part like the finances, for example, which where the accountant still is working like a silo, but we're trying to integrate him with other parts of the company to make more democratic the access to the financial information.
Mhm.
But that's our currently stage.
Okay.
Uh,
When
and
did you found your company?
in London originally.
When?
Uh, when sorry, I understood where. 2000, 2017.
2017. Okay. And
Tw-
when
tw-
and when you say that by the book, can you tell me more what it was? Because there are a lot of books, you know.
yeah, sorry. Um, well, a company by the book is a company which starts with, mission, vision, the chart of the positions. Um, Also trying to define processes and the documentation processes, building processes, sales processes, everything. Everything is a process, um, and with the vision of keeping the company as small as possible, because the social responsibility you get by hiring a lot of employees is complicated when you want to fire them. Uh, because because my company was founded in Europe, in well, London, that time was Europe, and but the engineers that we work with are hired in Mexico, so the social responsibility in Mexico is by law. So if you want to fire somebody, you need to pay 3 months in advance and cover a lot of stuff. So uh, What I said by the book is maybe it's the Mexican book, super rigid structure, protecting everything to protect the founders, the stakeholders, the investors against the employees. So a company in Mexico, or at least what I've seen this far, there is a clear division between you're part of the company or you're an employee, and employees are seen like a heavy weight to load. You need to be loading with them, not loading, charging, uh,
Yep.
uh, and uh, at at the end they are always demanding more and more benefits, and they are taking your profits, so people avoid it. So I started from there,
Yeah. Okay.
uh, but then I started moving um into the flat organization spectrum. And right now, our goal is to reach the co-creation, co-management, co-created co-management company uh, in,
Mhm.
in the future.
And why did you start this transition?
It didn't felt well. I spent a lot of time with the people working with. Uh, we became friends. My investors not. So everybody in the board, my partners, they speak about that people, those people. But I spent the whole day working with them shoulder by shoulder, creating things, and the bounds, the bounds between not bounds. What is the word? The binding,
Like bond. Yeah.
the bond,
Mhm.
the bond that I developed with time become stronger with my everyday team, that with the super duper board that I have, and I see them one a month with whiskey and a lot of request of money. so so, uh, so that was the change. That was what triggered the change in me, was the daily participation with the people, shoulder by shoulder, no
Mhm.
doors, no doors in between. That that policy of open doors is, for me, is now. Uh, it seems like a mumbo jumbo, because if the door is always open, why do we need to speak about the door? So, well, why do we need a door if it is always open? So,
Yeah.
so that was the trigger.
Okay, so there was this conflict between the cultural default, where employees are seen as something, as a cost to an organization, and your personal experience, and proximity of working with your team, actually.
Yes, I have this word. I don't know if it works the same for your context, but I call it technocracy. When
Mm,
when we try to technify everything in order to automate decision making, automate processes. If you reach, if you're approximating to a line, something would pop up and tell you, hey, you're almost crossing the line, whatever. So that kind of data-driven stuff, AI-driven stuff, whatever driven company said, uh, which not came from people, in my opinion, those things are separating founders with employees, and the difference will ever exist. But when you get rid out of it, you discover that people are investing their life in your company, and well, it's an investment for everybody. My customer invests their money on my company, so, and with the hope of that I will deliver. And the people invest their life in my company as a way to achieve their dreams. Maybe it's not because it's my dream, not theirs at the beginning, at least, but they decide to invest their life here so they can move forward or get closer to their dreams.
mm,
So I don't know.
yeah.
The
Okay.
enemy is the technocracy, in my opinion.
So, so what is your dream?
What is my dream? In a very wide spectrum is freedom. In speaking about the business, is to build a place where our work make us happy and set us free economically and help us to explore other dreams, because the dreams can change, can evolve. So I think my first dream is to build this platform that allow people to explore other dreams, other
Mhm.
interests, while we are enjoying the building of it.
Yeah, enjoy
That's it.
the process.
Yeah.
So you said you started this transition, uh, and I understand what it was triggered by, but okay, so you had this kind of internal conflict about the way that the things were working at the moment. What did you do next? How did you go about this transition?
Um, the first steps were to start leveling up salaries in order to have a little less gap between the C levels and the people. That became a problem with the stakeholders, obviously. Um, I started instrumentalizing to convince them the concept of turnover. And what I did is start creating uh, a mailing, with my stakeholders, speaking about how turnover is affecting industry, is 7 times, and then I okay, 70 70 times more difficult to get a new employee, that keep them, or more expensive, whatever.
Mhm.
And with time, that thing became true. After a year, maybe, that I start with the salaries leveling up. um, we saw that actually the margin wasn't affected. So the profit, the small profit that we had, because we were a new company, but we didn't sacrifice it. How? I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But it happened. So uh, I started gaining confidence with that kind of decisions, and the board, and my partners. I think the second uh, major action that I did is that I created a meeting where board and employees need to join together. Uh, with time, the board stopped coming because they see no value in interacting with the people, and it becomes like a party. We still have it, um, but well, I learned that when people don't want, and
Mhm.
there is no policy that you can implement to make people to want something. So,
Yeah.
so I think that failed. And then I met this guy, Matt Perez. I don't know if Dini told you about him. He wrote a book called Radical Companies. It's like, and his tagline is creating companies without bosses. And I started speaking with him. He created a super successful company in Mexico, sold the company for millions of dollars, and um, everything, all the Silicon Valley dream, but the guy took the profit and of the sale and split it between the people, and everybody said, this guy is crazy. Then started another company, super successful, money is not a problem. And so I took his history as a validator for me. I am doing things right. I'm not condemning myself to be poor and being working all life. uh, people is people is changing the way we organize, and they are thriving under the capitalistic point of view.
Mhm.
So I started speaking with him. and we are creating things together right now. Uh, right, actually, I I create another company that I call the Rebel Fellowship in Arizona this time, and the idea is in that company is the owners are me and my wife, and the idea is to make what we want in there, and the other company will exist, but as a small part of this Rebel Fellowship, and I don't need to deal with the stakeholders anymore in the whole company. In that part of the company, which is a subsidiary or a branch or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't, we
So you
will
don't need to
always,
convince anyone. You can just
yeah,
decide what you do.
exactly. And the people who believes in this model, because even in the employees, there are people that they say, I don't believe in that shit. I want my salary and that's it. Uh, okay, they can stay there. It's a good place to work. It's flexible. It's whatever, but it's not as radical as the rebel. So the people who like it jump to the other company, and we will do more interesting things. Actually, we are evolving from a software development company to into an accelerator, and we are financing companies in the United States and Europe right now.
So did it support your transition towards like a flat company?
Um, it encouraged me. I think it su- support. I think I didn't need support because I was convinced that thing feels good.
Mm.
So when you feel that something is good, you need anything. Maybe the fear of having of saying I am not sure. Okay, that book helped me encourage me to take action now
Yeah.
because it's working.
Okay. Um, so practically speaking, what else did you do? So you raised the salaries, you were trying to connect the board and the people. Were there any other things that you introduced?
Um, for example, another thing is that we reduce the hiring process instead of 8 meetings validating your English, validating your knowledge, whatever. What we do, we started trying different things, uh, but the final result is everybody hire his own or their own uh, partner. So if we need to hire a new developers for a team, we ask the team go and find them. And here is Fernanda to support you. She's the used to be the recruiter, so she have the connection with the people to manage the SIPE jobs page, and we have a pool of talent that have manifest that I want to work with you. So we start from there or from their friends. I don't care. So we help them to reach more people, and they decide who will work with them, because at the end, nobody will hire someone who will slow them down. That's the theory. That's another big change that we made. People hire people.
Mhm.
And another thing that we are implementing right now is that we create we implemented this like an internal coin called rats. We are here in the app. I don't
Mhm.
know if you can see it,
Yeah.
and just see the faces of the people who is working that work with us. So
Okay.
if you have something to tell to somebody, um, you can hold the click over them and recognize their work. For example, this is not this bar is um, how excited
Ah,
how excited you are.
okay. So
Uh,
that's sort of like a feedback thing.
yes, the idea is to give feedback, but you can't give negative feedback. what you got is we need to talk, and these are a reminder for you that you need to talk with that people. It's not like, hey, bling, Guillermo wants to talk with you. No, it's a personal reminder. I need to speak with Irina because I felt that way. And
Mhm.
the recognitions at the end of the month, uh, we divide all the recognitions between imaginary coin that um, we produce one coin per team member every day. So we divide all the recognitions between all the coins. We divide that coins, and we divide the profit with that coins. So it's not a direct uh, relationship between the recognitions and the money, but at the end of the year or the month or the cycle, we divide the profit based on this.
Mm.
And the idea is because a manager only have limited vision, so you will giving bonuses and or rewards to the people who speak better in front of you, and the introverts will be always in the back. So it's hard to see that kind of people. But with this system, what we are trying to validate with the experiment is that, okay, the extrovert that receive help from the introverts will recognize them,
Mhm.
um, and we will recognize everybody, the people around. So we will have a vision of 360 of who
Yeah.
is contributing to the company, and we split
Mhm.
the profit that way.
Mm.
Eh,
That's very interesting.
The,
How do you
the, al-
make sure? Oh, sorry.
sorry, the algorithm make the distribution uh, transparent and clear, but it is impossible if you keep giving recognitions to somebody, it doesn't affect. It's like um, the volume doesn't mean more money. So
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just curious, how do you ensure objectivity, I guess, because I mean, there is this likability, and people can kind of give a high score because they just like the person and not necessarily because
yeah,
they do a good
look,
job, and vice versa. Is that something that you think
that's
about?
yeah, that's the most common question when I explain this is like, what if you like the girl next chair, you will give them, yeah, if that makes you happy, if that is your motivation to come to the office, is if we can't we can't base the the company on metrics like deliveries or uh, uh, checking in, checking out on time. I really don't care. For example, something interesting is the guy who said, I am giving everything that I can to this guy because uh, if we were not speaking, if we haven't spoke last week, I will suicide myself. And like, okay, well, that is something that is a that have more value than any work delivered, and that's what make organizations organizations. We are not businesses. It's not like we are spending our life with these people. So I can send you rats, or rats is the name of the organization. Uh, if I enjoy your talk, if you make me feel happy, if you help me with my work, even if I help you with your work and I learn from you, I can recognize to you. The idea is not to have the Black Mirror app clink clink clink. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
It's not a social credit. It's more like because you're not receiving notifications. You are not watching a score. It's just
yeah.
uh, it's just to give us the practice
Mhm.
to recognize others what they do for us in the everyday.
Yeah,
And the soft things like being beautiful or good talker or whatever you want are valuable to an organization as well. We don't know how. We can't pretend to measure that. But if it's happening, it's happening. So,
yeah. That's very interesting. Any other practices that you have?
um, what else? Okay, we're changing contracts by something that we call um, radical agreement, and we are changing the scope of the project for something that we call radical alignment. And the thing is how to align people how to align people in what we want to achieve, not the object in the contract. You are hiring to build a iOS application, whatever you want. No, because we try to focus on the outcome, not in the output. So I will send to you the formats of those radical alignment and radical agreement, practical agreement, sorry. So where people express uh, what they are scared of, what concerns they have to join their team, what they think we should speak about, or what kind of conversation they don't want to have. And it is better because the traditional agreement is like you are here from 9 to 5 and whatever. If you don't come one day, I will discount their salary. Who cares about it? When you are thinking in the outcome instead of the output, well, the results are unexpected but incredibly more rich. Maybe not as a straightforward like a businessman want to have. What It's
Yeah.
I did this, I got money. That, yes, but it are more rich, and people is more happy. I think we have zero turnover in 2 years, so we are doing something good.
Yeah. So what works particularly well in your company?
I think that the people can join any project because it's not by a contract. They can join and contribute, and they know that they can contribute in a project that they are not attached. But if they have time, they can contribute, and they will receive some brat at the end, is some money. So they are not worrying about, if I work on this, who will pay my extra hours, or will I receive money from that project? It's like it doesn't matter. So I think that as a tech company, I think we are building super valuable software for our customers, and they are maybe don't even noticing what is how is possible to achieve this result. Okay, because you have a team contributing, creating things, and if it's important for you and you need my help, I will get it to you. And we don't have to do a whole bureaucracy to hey, you use 2 hours of my other developer, so you owe me money. Who cares? We need to change the the relationship between people and the work, and I think that change is what works better in our company.
Mhm. So do you pay fixed salaries and then those bonuses based on this red app?
Yes, we have everybody set the salary in the agreement according to their needs.
So
Uh,
the
uh,
people set their salaries.
yeah, and obviously it's all about the speaking. Okay, you are asking too much for this project because the customer is not paying that much. It's like, um, let's try to find a better project for you, or a better place to feed you, and people start trying to create that strategies and find an ecosystem where they can define their career plan instead of joining a company in which you find career plans. Oh, see, oh yes, after project manager, you would be a minor director of whatever. Who cares? The thing
Mhm.
is, it's a place where doing what you want, you can make as much money as you need, as you want.
Mhm.
And many people is start thinking like, okay, if I help you to sell something, if I start doing things on my social network and I reach a customer, that's great. Obviously, you will get a commission for that. That's fine. We still have that kind of incentives, but the idea is the fair distribution of the profit will be the major economical incentive. And a place where you are here, where you're cared, where you are not a cog in a system, but a system by yourself affecting other systems,
Mhm.
I think it's a better place.
Yeah. Did you have any challenges when you were transitioning from like kind of the old way of working to this way of working?
Every day. I will recommend to you this book called Continuous Discovery Habits from Teresa Torres.
Mhm.
Uh, it is she focused on the digital product creation, but I took some concepts interesting from her vision into our company. Um, for example, a discovery things is natural in humans, but the system, the companies don't want you to spend too much time discovering things. You will not reinvent the wheel, the kind of that. But if you set the habit to discover things, then it's not a waste of time. It's part of your culture. So we implement that, and everything that we do is a small experiment. For example, we didn't start um, splitting the profit completely. We start with a small amount and another, and people start gaining trust into the app and the distribution model, and and then you know we reach the full profit. But what I learned is working in small batches. Everything in the small batches. Maybe you have the greatest idea in the world. You need to start with the first very super small step. Once people get confident, trusty, and excited about that change, then the
Mhm.
another one, not bigger, equally small, and then the other. But that's why I told you I define my company as a eternal beta program or in forever transitioning company. We don't know
Yeah.
where we will stop, and I don't have an idea of. I have a concept. It's freedom, and this thing will help us to discover new things. And it's like a people very often told me, define your company. Okay, this is a train. It's a subway. It's a train in the subway. You jump in and you jump out as you need it, and the train will be doing the you know the route. It's always, and you can jump in, jump out as you need, and if you want to give all the all the round, you can do it. So it's not the company is not an end. We never see the company as an end.
Yeah.
It's it's a medium. It's a channel. I don't know how to say.
So any specific challenges that, because you said like you were facing challenges every day. Can you give some examples of, well, what difficulties did you face?
Okay, yes, the major change, the major challenge every company will face ever is the change resistance. So the way to and there is a lot of theories of how to reduce the change resistance. But you don't want to reduce the change resistance. You don't want to be fighting with that thing as thinking on new strategies. So the ultimate the ultimate way to eliminate change resistance is work in small batches. So my challenge was understand how the change resistance work and why it exists. And there's a lot of theories, but at the end it's fear. Um, and the fear and the kids lose fear to things by trying small jumps every time. They approach things carefully, slowly, first moment, first time, and then start getting more confident. So it's the same. But you can't um, the mistake in the books that I read, not I guess not every book, but um, the mistake is they are thinking on approach the change like steps, like if they were up. But to be honest, we don't know what is progress. We can't define that. We can say that progress is not linear. Is not a line. Progress is ups and down, and even when you're down, it's progress. So start with something super small, that and don't expect that that thing will take you to another place or not to another expected place. Then you need to discover where you are after that thing and do something from that new place where you are. So that's the approach. But we took out of the scope things like estimations, planning, or whatever is discovered.
Okay.
And that's
It's
that's the
a, it's a,
challenge.
it's kind of like the scientific approach, in a
Com
way.
com completely.
Yeah.
It's completely, and many people create these methodologies based on IO, whatever you want.
Hmm.
That's the scientific method dressed like something else, but um, but it's the same.
I'm curious, how do you make decisions? 'Cause, I mean, that's one of the things that every company needs to figure out. Like, how do you make decisions?
Decisions are based on responsibilities. For example, if you are coding something, I will not tell you how to code. If that's responsibility, you make your decisions. If the accountant is he knows that he needs to be compliant with the taxes, compliant with everything like that, we will not interfere in the strategy. We want to know the strategy, yes, but the decision is yours. And when there is conflict, we don't like voting because voting always get a loser. The outcome of a voting, the output of a voting is uh, a winner or a loser. So what we do is we create the both solutions. We propose the both solutions, and we start doing it. People who want to collaborate in one solution start over there. People who want to want to work in the other solution start over there. And very often, after the few hour of work of every team, they converge in something because if we if we okay, and we haven't faced something yet that can't be approached uh, like this far. So it's experimentation at the end. And if somebody said, I want to make it like this, okay, you do it. No, it's not, okay. So let the people who will do it and be responsible of their decisions to do it the way they think they is right. Um,
Okay. What about the decisions that affect the company as a whole, or where maybe it's not so straightforward and so clear whose kind of responsibility it is?
we see the organization like a whole. You can change anything without changing everything. So all decisions affect us. Even a good bad decision inside a project can become a big problem or a big success for the company. And that decision maybe made what was made by the super new intern that we had. We don't know, or by the super senior that we have. It's not relevant where it comes from. The thing is that which is relevant is what we learn from that. Okay, that worked last time, and we try to enrich everything in the wiki of the company. But to be honest, it's not working that well. It's complicated to be typing everything. Mm,
Mhm.
But the idea is to have a base of knowledge of the things that worked and things that didn't work.
Mhm. Um, any other challenges that you are experiencing right now?
To get customers. The okay. The thing is, our main challenge right now is that um, as Mexicans in Mexico, we're a team in Mexico. People expect that we will be super low cost company because it's natural. It's me, the CEO, and I have all those underpaid people. Um, and I am exploiting them. And if someone of them is burned out, I will change it for a new one. So that's how my competitors work.
Mhm.
So I am right now. Our challenge is how to transmit all these differentiators that we have in the organizations and the benefit for you to working with us. Yes, we need to instrumentalize a little bit uh, everything of this culture that we do for us for our living into a benefit to you, and that's fine, I guess. Um, but that's our challenge right now. Different organizations with with different outcomes And even when the output is the same, the outcome is super different. It's complicated to explain to people.
Yeah, I can imagine. So is that um, you have someone specific working on it, or is this something that you do as the founder?
Now we have a team, a group of people involved, trying to. It's the same. We need to experiment the message, experimenting the messaging, on finding people words that resonate with people, and then we see if the people is a good fit for us, and if we are a good fit for them.
Mhm.
But it's slow, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Even um, some companies, like we have an approach with Netflix sometime, uh, like a year ago, and they said, "Oh, okay, we love everything that you said in that video. We want to. You seems to be a company super inclusive. We need to work with you. Give me a letter, give me your inclusivity card. I don't have an inclusivity card. What is it? How many black people is working with you? How many Latinos are working with you? How many? I'm sorry, I will not ask to my people. Hey, are you homosexual? Hey, are you?
That kind of companies thinks that we're building all these to instrumentalize people and asking me for inclusivity cards or that kind of stuff is bullshit. It's
I didn't even know what that is.
it's companies like Netflix ask you how many black people have you employed, how many women, how many trans people, how many fat people, how many
Hey, fat people.
even fat people.
Okay.
And I said, am I fat enough? Well, what is fat for you? Is or no, well, fat is people who identify themselves as fat. I identify myself as fat. Okay. Is like so I have one. Will you hire me? No, but yes, I am whatever you want. I identify as all of this. I have one of everything. But it is the kind of stuff that I found in the market that people is misunderstanding with why we do things. We don't do this to fit more companies and to get better contracts. We do this because we want to be free and enjoy and be part of the outcome of our work. We don't want to be alienated from the impact that we cause in that we make in the world with our job, with our work.
Mm.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And I recommend to you a book called The Lonely Century from Norina Hertz.
Okay.
By Norina Hertz. It's amazing, this book. It speaks how we are alienating ourselves from all this.
The Lonely Century?
The Lonely Century.
Yeah.
Norina Hertz. It's amazing.
I will look into it. Thank you. So what would you say is the purpose of your organization?
Purpose, yes, it's the same of a train. The purpose of a train is take people from one place to another. So we our purpose is to take people from the isolation of work and modern society into free space based on their work and desires. That's it. We are a vehicle. The company is a vehicle.
Yeah. So your purpose is more about how you do things rather than what you do. Do I understand correctly? So like if you weren't doing software, you could be doing something else.
Because we do technology and we understand technology as okay, what is technology? And most of the people will tell you technology is are those things that exist. Yes, a stick is technology if you want to see it. If you use it as a tool and help you to do something. But right now it's dressed with shiny things, and technology is what Elon Musk is doing, and technology is what Apple will deliver to us the next week. but it is not. So we're doing technology, the technology you need to achieve your goals. So software in this era, software is a good starting point, then hardware. But if the problem we and our customers are facing is can be solved with a stick, we will cut that stick at the correct size to achieve what we want to do. And that's something that clashes with the industry where everybody's speaking about the new trend, blockchain, IoT, AI. All of the things are just tools in the same level of a stick, more complicated, more sophisticated. But if you need the stick, you don't care about AI. So that's our vision. So that's why we don't focus on the what. We are on the output. We are always looking for the outcome. And that's why what you mentioned, I like a lot. If it's not software, will be something else. Yeah.
Okay.
But the important thing is to have people awake enough to identify, to empathize with you about your needs, with enough scientific and scientific practices, habits, and enough knowledge. So if you have all three things, there is no challenge in front of you that can stop you. It's all matter of time and dedication. And that's how I want to see it. And that's what I am encouraging people. And another challenge is when we receive people from universities. In Mexico and in the United States, universities are not like in Europe. In Europe, universities are still creating, thinkers. But in the United States and in Mexico, the universities are creating doers. And the problem with the doers is that they only do with the limited knowledge that we have, and they don't know how to get more knowledge. And you see it in the developers. They came with one technology, and that's it.
So they want specific instructions for what needs to be done.
According to the industry needs, not the human needs. The industry, okay, the manufacturing industry needs more like this. Okay, all the industrial engineers will be shaped like this. And when it changed, you have deprecated people, frustrated people, burnout people, and then but don't worry, you have the new batch over here, because what they learn, it doesn't fit to the market anymore. So in Europe, something that I respect a lot from the British is that the universities, their universities, because sorry, I don't know the rest of the European universities, but what I've seen with the British is that they are educating people from the root, with love for knowledge, love for the science, love for the discovery. It's something that I don't see in the United States and I don't see here in Mexico.
If you could give an advice to someone who wants to transition their organization from like a more regular, hierarchical, bureaucratic organization into this, I forgot how you called it exactly, collectively managed? No?
Co-managed, yeah, co-managed, co-creation.
Co-created organization. That's a nice word.
The first step is create bonds with your team. If you don't have it, if you are the CEO from the door and then you go out direct to the people and speak, we will co-create, that will not work, because people will not believe, will not follow you, because you are the leader, and the leader is a position, but leaders doesn't exist. What there exists is followers, people who believe that your proposals, your ideas can take them from one point to another. So at the moment, if you study everything about leadership and the people start believing in you, you're not a leader. So leaders doesn't exist. So that's the first thing that you need to change. Understand that leadership is a fake. So it's something that we can measure, we can learn. It's something that comes and pops up from different places and manifested in different people according to the situation. So that's fine. I'm fine with that definition. It's vague, it's uncertain. Yes, I'm fine. But if anybody wants to change from a hierarchical organization to a non-hierarchical organization, the first step is deal with uncertainty. Okay, create the bounds and start working in small batches of work. And then don't try to have all the answers. And once you see the output and the outcome of that small batch of work that you did in collaboration, then ask the people what we should be doing next, and give them the opportunity to get wrong, to make mistakes. And that's a problem. We will have time because there's small batches, not 1 year of proof of concept. It's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you will see if it works or not. And if you have the solution, if they made a mistake and you have the solution for that mistake and turn that or overcome that failure into something successful, then leadership is on you, and in that time leadership manifests on you, and that's fine. People will follow you. But if you are obstructing people because you know that they will fail, or because no, I will save you this mistake, well, you are exercising the leadership, but they in their minds there will be always this thing. It's maybe not okay, it was good, but it could be great my way. And then the people will become strong enough and leave your company, and maybe you're losing good talent.
Okay.
So small batches, let people get mistakes, try to solve together, create bond with the people. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, just building personal relationships and experimenting and learning from the mistakes. That's what it sounds like.
It is. The problem are the words, because every company, every startup in the world, they believe they are experimenting. But so the word experimenting have a different connotation that what it means originally. Experimenting is experiment everything, but you know, they will experiment in things that don't risk that much, and that's the problem. And people have told me, yes, experiment must be controlled. Experiment must be whatever. Yeah, control whatever you want. That's fine. Each control you add to your experiment is a possibility you are killing. Just think on that.
Okay, so I guess they need to be just very brave and take risks, like as a summary.
Yeah, and trust the people around you. Trust the people.